Got money, you know it. Take it out of your pocket and show it, baby. Throw and this way, that way. Made up my own song. So sometimes people accuse me of burying the headline, which I do all the time because I vlog off the top of my head. So today I'm going to revisit what I would consider a highlight bill. The highlight bill is from the war-torn country of Iraq. If this bill looks like I printed it off a low-budget 90s printer, that's because it's probably what happened. Some countries you can tell the state of by the state of their currency. If even official currency is like a low-res JPEG printed out on a 90s printer, then it shows you what the state of the country is. We know that Iraq is war-torn. If I could read Arabic better, or an Arabic-derived number system better, I could read out the year of this bill. Again, the condition of the bills from this pack of 100 different banknotes of the world is less of a clue. Now that I've addressed the headline, I'll go into my usual caveats and explanations. This package is a gift from a friend, and instead of simply reading out which country a bill is from, I leverage my adventure travel to 101 UN countries to help me guess where things are from. This bill is from Laos in Southeast Asia. I recognize this bill because I myself came across this very bill in Laos. I have one just like it, except mine's circulated and has signs of wear and tear. This is mint rare, like all of the other bills in the set. Yes, Laos shares a border with a number of countries in Southeast Asia. We're getting to probably the end of the set, which means a partial pause in the series. Anybody who knows a little more about the history of the British Empire will know about British Armed Forces currency. If I can read the note, this note is valid only for the transactions within official canteens and organizations laid down in GRDs of the theater, except as may be expressly provided in GROs. I meant GROs. It must be in no circumstances offered to any person who is not entitled to use British service canteens. Improper use of this note is a disciplinary offense and may render the offender liable to penalties. I'm wondering, that legalese implies that only specific people can use it in specific canteens? Did I even understand that properly? British service canteens. Sounds to me like the canteens that serve British forces. Okay. Okay then. Yes, in reviewing what's left, this probably will be my last Money Mondays for a little while. Zambia borders Zimbabwe, the juncture being Victoria Falls. The largest falls by water area, but curiously, neither the tallest nor the widest. As many things of superlative claim, you have to understand what's being claimed. Many waterfalls are claimed as the quote-unquote largest, but that depends what. There's actually tallest, widest, largest water sheet, largest waterfall system. Tallest is Angel Falls in Venezuela. Largest waterfall system is Iguazu Falls in Argentina, Brazil, Paraguay. Here, our man Luka Doncic will be happy to accept Slovenian currency from me for whatever it's worth. He's claimed that winning a gold medal in basketball would be better than an NBA championship. I think for many international players outside of North America, that's the case. He'd make Melania Trump proud, I guess. Them both being country people, countrymen. Ooh. We're gonna come on one of my favorites, the ex-Soviet bloc. The next two are from the same country. Baka. This resembles probably the more European influence side of the ex-Soviet bloc. Again, if and when I resume the Money Monday series, what I might do is categorize bills by country and then go from there. Or I'd actually already ID bills and weave them together in some sort of continuous theme. But again, that would represent a departure from the guessing game style that I've been using. So that's why I'm going to take a break for now. Rethink whether I continue the series in the way that I just described, or wait and think. Yep. Whew. Ay, ay, ay. Yes. I'd be a little disappointed if some of the ex-Soviet blocs end up being from countries that I've already visited, but that is highly likely. Again, even if I've visited a country and come across its currency, it's a whole other thing to remember currencies from 101 countries. The ex-Soviet bloc countries in particular have gone through radical changes in design before and after independence from the Soviet Union, you'd call it. Yep. This man styling with his eyewear. Oh, 1987. Peru. Peru's the home of Machu Picchu, the Inca Trail. Oh. Whoa. Gonna have to reorganize these in a bit. This is an extremely rad bill from Somalia, which has been war-torn for decades. In fact, a book by a former Canadian hostage in Somalia by Amanda Linhout was something that helped me inform my strategy of adventure traveling. A House in the Sky is a harrowing tale of Amanda's ordeal in kidnap capture by some Somali Muslim teens. Some people might be surprised to know that Muslim extremists have strongholds in Africa. In fact, if my Arabic serves me at all, this alphabet is either Arabic or Arabic inspired. This is Bosnia and Herzegovina, ex-Soviet bloc. But we know because of the readable English alphabet. They like this psychedelic shapes motif, as we'll notice in the next bill too. The next couple of bills will showcase Bosnia and Herzegovina's love of psychedelic shapes. Psychedelic. A little known fact about Bosnia is they have a little strip of island, a little strip of land in Croatia that makes it difficult to travel into Croatia. You have to scale multiple borders for a very short stretch of road. They're thinking of resolving that problem to help increase tourism, ease, and convenience, but who knows with the pandemic what's happened then and there. I know that unlike Canada, which is one of the largest landmass countries in the world, Europe has a different mentality when it comes to countries because they of course do form a European Union. Even the ex-Soviet bloc countries in Eastern Europe rely on each other a lot for trade, so their pandemic protocols might have included easier access between countries. Some countries decided to make and break bubbles amongst each other. back to that Amanda Lynn Hout kidnap story, A House in the Sky, she just reminds that as an adventure traveler you face risks that are different than the norm. The prudent, educated traveler knows this and has to react accordingly. For some people those risks are too great, or for some people they're somewhere in the middle. They know that adventure traveling definitely has its rewards, but they have to balance that against the risks. That's why it's called adventure traveling. To be fair though, that's also the mark of life in general. So my adventure mindset's actually helped me uniquely during the pandemic. In many ways, I've responded in a way that surprised a lot of people, because a lot of people who knew me thought I'd be the type of person to crumble in these sorts of circumstances. But I think they maybe underestimate the resilience of somebody who adventure travels. Somebody who adventure travels would have to have a resilience greater than the norm, because otherwise they would have never made it anywhere alive. There's extremes on both ends. Either they never leave their house, or they dive headlong into extreme danger and death. As a note about those war-torn countries, traveling to them requires a level of budget that is squarely outside of budget travel. The rewards are also questionable compared to the risks. So while I still have a loose goal to travel to all 193 UN countries in the world, I've yet to make a strict timeline about it, because it'll depend on the conditions in the world. Right now, fresh off a pandemic, with violent tensions arising all over, it's hard to know when's the right time, but I think now is specifically far from that. In fact, I'm saddened that countries that I at least managed to travel to safely is questionable. Have descended into chaos, like Myanmar, Colombia, Haiti. So really, I've no idea. But I'm also thoroughly enjoying the creative endeavors that the pandemic has forced out of me, so I'm feeling okay so far. But I'll probably eventually come to some sort of resolution about the state of my adventures, and when that happens, of course, I'll hash through my ideas on the vlog. since I'll definitely be finishing the grab bag of 100 mint rare banknotes in this vlog, that'll mean Money Mondays, as of today, is gonna be on a brief hiatus, or maybe a permanent one, depending on the situation. Again, I have some ideas. I might actually organize and ID some bills according to tying themes, but that's a different type of vlogging that would require a level of time investment on my part that's maybe less than I want to invest, given that I'm still working on a rockumentary right now. The rockumentary takes precedence, quite honestly, in the creative pursuits, just like dancing and choreographing dances. This Money Mondays guessing game has been fun, but of the 3 activities, this is the one to go dormant. And Luca will be happy about that. Or will he? He probably is happy that people celebrate his country of Slovenia. They also have a slight psychedelic look to them as well. Last country is one we've come across, but I never ID'd properly, except for the fact that it seems to be an extremely religious country. I myself am an atheist, so I have no idea, but I think that's Jesus and God. I think. I've been in enough churches throughout Europe and the Middle East to know. I've even done some of the holy treks to Jerusalem as an atheist. I just observe from the outside. Yes, this is the same country as previous. Last bill will probably round out the war-torn theme. We started in Iraq. We're ending in Iraq. I could tell just by the lo-fi quality of the bill. Although, to be fair, this bill is much higher quality than the beginning one. Paper's how you travel a war-torn country. Safely, at least.